It's my pleasure to welcome you this evening and kick off tonight's program. Your contributions and dedication to the Rose Float program over the last 75 years has made it what it is today. As the longest running self-built float in the parade and the only self-built float designed and constructed by students, it is truly remarkable that both Cal Polys have led innovations that other floats have followed. 75 years and almost 70 awards. I cannot wait to see this year's entry drive up Colorado Boulevard on New Year's Day. So thank you to all of you, our donors, alumni, campus leaders, friends, and students, and the leadership of both Josh and Carrie for this extraordinary partnership between both of our universities. I'd also like to acknowledge here with us today is Matthew Yaceta, Cal Poly Pomona Rose Float Alumni President. And then also Michelle Gendreau, Rose Float Alumni. And also she serves on our Cal Poly Pomona Philanthropic Foundation Board. I'd also like to acknowledge two of our deans that are here today with us. Dean Camille Johnson, Dean of the College of Letters, and then Margie Jones, Dean of the Collins College of Hospitality Management. Without further ado, it's my pleasure to introduce an alumnus of the Rose Float program, Rob Clovis, a long-standing member of the Rose Float Alumni Chapter and a 1981 graduate in accounting. Rob?
Hi, I'm Rob, and I am the Hospitality Director for Cal Poly Pomona's Alumni Association. Can you hear me?
And best friend ever.
What's that?
Best friend ever.
Best friend ever? That's it? This tradition of returning to the move out has been going on for a long, long, long time now. It's a chance for us alumni to come back. You're waving to me? Hi, Debbie.
Hi, Debbie.
Use the microphone. Just the mic up.
I'm tall, so it's always a problem, and I hate bending over like that. So, anyway, it's a chance for us to come back, to see the float, and to wish the current students good luck. By the way, the float looks amazing. Can't wait to see it in animation form later tonight. Believe it or not, all you graduating students, you are going to miss this when you graduate. You're going to miss the cold nights, not so much tonight, the rain, which is still a possibility, but most of all, you're going to miss the friendships and the companionships that you formed while working on this great program. And for us alumni, that's why we love to come back, because we kind of get to relive our youth just a little bit, and it's really fun. So I would encourage all of you graduating alumni to please join the Rose Float Association when you graduate. Rose Float Alumni Association. It's cheap. 40 bucks, $45 a year. It's really cheap. It'll give you that connection back to Rose Float for the rest of your life, and also to Cal Poly. Some of my best friends, actually my absolute best friends, are the people that I met during Rose Float time. And a lot of them are here tonight. I was told to mention that they are selling goodies, shirts, t-shirts, bags, this beautiful scarf, could be yours, over at one of the tents. Alumni, don't forget that on December 29th, we are holding a joint Pomona Slow mixer in Pasadena at the Kings Road Gastropub. If you don't want to drive, it is a short walk from the Memorial Park Station. So we hope to see you there. It's at 1 o'clock, 1:30 to 4:30, or thereafter. Hope to see you all there. Now I would like to introduce the Cal Poly Pomona Vice President of Student Affairs, Christina Gonzalez.
Hello, good evening. Okay, I have to start with this. 75 years? Come on. 75 years. Now, I'm not 75 75. But I will say, I have such fond memories as a child in watching the Rose Parade. So all of the students here today who have been working on the Rose Float, can you raise your hands? Yes. So you are part of this history that is an amazing history, and you are touching lives of children and families that you have no idea who are watching you on TV from a little small town somewhere in the middle of nowhere and going, how in the world did they make that float? How can I be part of that? Like, that's just an amazing history that you're now a part of. And we're so proud of you. You should be so proud of yourself. But here's to the next 75 years. Yay! So I have the honor of introducing our two our student program presidents. So we have Quinn and Matthew. Obviously the real stars of this whole show.
Thank you so much, Christina. I'm going to hand it right over to Matt here.
So, we originally planned to do this in front of the bay, so you'll have to bear with me. I'd like us to recognize and introduce the 75th Cal Poly Rose Float. Shock and roll, powering the musical current. Think about it really hard.
Really hard. Close your eyes.
As I'm sure you all know, to those of you who have worked on it and to those of you who have seen people working on it, this float is a labor of love, not just from Cal Poly, but from the Cal Poly students. And it permeates every part of this program, from the love and attention that the float receives, and the love and attention that both me and Quinn receive, and make this whole thing possible.
Yeah, I just want to talk a little bit about some of that support over the past 75 years of this program. It's really humbling to be a part of this at any time, but especially this year with our 75th float. Looking out at all of your faces out there, some of which I recognize, some of which I've worked alongside, some of which I don't and I haven't. I know that we all, and many of us share, some very key experiences that really no one else understands. And that support, that love, those experiences, they flow from generation to generation. And I know that all of us running the program now are so excited to continue to pour that into future generations of Rose Float and continue to secure this incredible legacy that we've all gotten to be a part of.
Now, to many of you alumni, I'm sure you're thinking, man, we've got it good with that new bay. These kids have never known trouble in their lives. I just want you to know that that struggle, that hardship that forges these team members into something more, into something greater, that's still ever present in this program. And I mean, just to give you a quick little example, we've had some bears of lab days going down this year. We've had a lab day where everything blue just decided not to work. And to those of you who know what the color of our chassis is, that's a bit of a problem. So this new bay allows us to experience not necessarily the same challenges, but challenges nonetheless, and ensure that our team get the chances to grow that all of you had as well.
I also want to mention, as y'all go and take a look at that float inside in just a few minutes here, just recognize the fact that our first full day of Design Week with the entire team here together was on Saturday. We have all been together as one team for 4 days now because we had finals all of last week. So some of us have been here for 8 days, some of us have been here for 2, but all together we have really achieved so much in the past couple of days, and I'm just so proud of this team for that. And I feel like it's such a testament to this team's energy and this team's chemistry that we were able to pull this off. Which just makes me so, so happy and so proud to be able to talk about them and talk to them right now saying that. So, just to sum it all up, as we all know, part of the point of this program is to build a Rose Float. And I think we can all agree, this is a pretty bitchin' Rose Float, right? We're really stoked about it. We're very proud of it. But alongside all of that, everything that we've been saying, everything that Rob said as well about the friendships and the community that is forged here. And not to get too mushy, but he's talking about having best friends in this program, and I look out at this crowd and I see my best friends, my housemates, the people that I hope to spend the rest of my life with. I get to stand up here with one of my best friends on the planet. And I can't believe that we've gotten to solve so many problems together. And I hope that we continue to be able to solve so much more in the future. So with that, I think that's all we have to say. But thank you all so much, everybody, and I hope you have a great rest of your evening.
It's amazing that they just finished finals and I could still feel the electricity here in the air and all the community. So it's now my privilege to introduce President Coley, the sixth president to helm Cal Poly Pomona, and really continuing to move the Rose Float program to excellence. I'd also want to take a moment to introduce Mr. Ron Coley, our honorary Bronco alumnus who's here with us today.
Thank you very much. And before I get started, I'd like all of the family members and the parents, the grandparents, the cousins, the children who are here, would you please raise your hand, because I know that it is through your encouragement, through your engagement that it makes a big difference. I remember I think it was the first year that I was involved with the Rose Float, and I met a father who had come up to Pasadena because he didn't believe or understand why his son couldn't come home for Thanksgiving. So he needed to come and check it out and make sure that he knew what was happening. And so he was so proud, as we all are. I want to take a chance, and just let you know that this is a wow program. It is tremendous because they are about achieving the goal, and whatever it takes. And it's morning, it's night, it's weekends, and so would you join me in giving a round of applause to these just outstanding students. My brief comments tonight, I was remembering in December 2014, days before I officially became president, because my actual official day president was January 1st, the Rose Parade. And I couldn't wait to experience my first Rose Parade. I'd heard something about it. And so my husband, Ronnie, and I, we went to the Rose Bowl and to see the float. And there, standing before me, was an enormous metal frame. And I'm thinking, there's no way this is going to get done in time. And my mind began racing because I imagined standing in front of the reporters that were there on our first day, explaining why our 66 years of Rose Float brilliance came to a crashing halt. But thankfully, I was informed that this was totally normal. And so I don't sweat it. I stop by on weekends and I see things and I say, well, that's not done yet, but it will be. Because the fortitude and the determination of these students is just something that's going to carry them forward many years from now. And of course, January 1st, that was the float. Soaring Stories was the name of the float then. And it was transformed from that metal frame into a marvelous display of flowers and force that earned the Lathrop K. Leishman Trophy for the most beautiful non-commercial float, thanks again, of course, to the hard work and creative brilliance and unmatched determination of our students and mentors. And to all the Rose Float alumni, I do not know of another organization that has such devoted alumni. And I want to thank them, those from both San Luis Obispo, and again on behalf of the president of San Luis Obispo, and of course myself, I want to thank you for creating and sustaining one of our most proud and defining legacies. The Rose Float stands alone in the world of higher education, and the parade itself remains the pinnacle of New Year's traditions. As for some of you gathered here this evening, those of you who grew up near these mountains and woke to a clear morning every January 1st with the opportunity to see these floats, either in the parade or in the days after, it is hard to imagine how meaningful this tournament is to millions of people across the world. And I am recalling that, they bring the float back to the campus, and the Girl Scout troops and Boy Scout troops and so forth, and I stopped by and so forth. And I remember this young woman, she was one of the Girl Scouts, and she was so mesmerized with this float, and she said, when I go to college, I'm going to work on the float. I'm coming to Cal Poly Pomona. Well, sure, and unfortunately, I don't remember her name, but she did come to Cal Poly Pomona, and she worked on the float. And so it carries forth generation after generation. People set alarms and get out of the bed early on a cold, and I want you to tell you, that first January 1st that I had, it was cold. I thought I was in New York, but it was a warm, joyful time and occasion. It was full of excitement. And so to all of our students from both campuses, I want to thank you for keeping this legacy alive and for representing our universities so well. And as the float goes down Colorado Avenue on New Year's Day, millions of people around the world will witness again the creativity and the commitment of the San Luis Obispo and the Pomona students. Each of you should be tremendously proud of your work, and I hope that you too, as mentioned earlier, will join the outstanding and committed and dedicated alumni that we have here this evening. So I look forward to seeing you wrapped up on January 1st. I said it may rain, but we're going to be there en masse and look forward again. Thank you so much for outstanding work.
Thank you, President. I've been through, I think, 5 presidents. I'll take her every day. She has supported this program so much, and us alumni, we just can't thank you enough. So now we get to go to the fun part. We are going to regroup in front of the float. Hopefully they'll be able to show you a little bit of it. We are going to do the annual toast and the annual breaking of the champagne bottle over the front of the float. So grab a glass of Martinelli's in the back and make your way over to the bay. Thank you.
You're much more likely to hit.
So we're going to swing.
We're gonna talk about that tomorrow. Because you might have to be down a little.
Oh, I definitely do.
So now that you have to get your head up.
Yeah.
But we're looking up.
Specifically Michelle.
Okay.
We know that narrative through and through.
I love candid photography.
Beautiful.
There's nothing I love more than being candid. This is B-Real.
I'm set whenever you are.
Okay, well, it's impressive. We're gonna say I know, we're such cheesy.
Oh, that was
That was for the photo.
Okay, everybody, I'm sorry this year we didn't have real champagne, but next year, who knows? We do have some real champagne though. So, Quinn and Matt, I present you with champagne, and we want to give you our alumni and friends toast, breaking the champagne bottle over the float. So everyone raise your glasses. May your trip tonight be without issue. May the float make it down the parade route safely, and may you bring home a big banner prize for everyone.
not stop this train. Nice.
I got a video if nobody else did.
Sorry. Hey, look, we did it.
He's like, I'm on it.
Cheers.
Yeah. My bad. No, sorry, I was going to do that for the first
Fast